Right now, there are reports about fear gripping Abuja residents, and you know the Senate. Many of them walked out on their colleagues during plenary yesterday, and they've been asking the president to step up, to do what is expected of him or face impeachment. That's what they said, that he either does what is expected of him as a president or stand the risk of being impeached by them. All right, if you've just joined me, this is the Super Breakfast Show. It's the review on Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Do go on our social media pages and take a look at the stories and let us know which of them resonates with you. I would love to take your comment on the program today. All right, let's move on right now. Going back to the story of, the Senate saying to Mr. President that he could face impeachment if he doesn't step up to, his responsibilities as the one who has been saddled with the responsibility of protecting lives and property, and as Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. And in another report, in another headline here, it says, tension grips Abuja environs over rising insecurity. And in one of the headlines, reps and senators have been told to go back to their constituency because Abuja is no longer safe for them. All right, so if you went over to the Punch newspaper, Vanguard, This Nigeria, Guardian, Leadership, The Nation, every single one of them you would find on the front page about the impeachment threat issued by the members of the National Assembly, that presidents should step up. So you would find that there as well. Now, according to Mr. President's Special Advisor on Media, he has made this comment saying that those threatening, that's Mr. Femi Adesina, he says senators who threatened to impeach Buhari are the minority of minorities. And that is a comment being made in response to the action of the senators who were also photographed and filmed in a viral video now singing that Mr. President must go. Buhari must go. And of course, these things have come as a result of the growing insecurity in many parts of the country. And as we've seen in recent times in Abuja, and many parts of Abuja have been taken over by gangs of both terrorists and herdsmen and bandits and what have you. And it's rather unfortunate that the nation's capital is not as safe as, a lot of us had thought that it was, considering that it's where the #1 citizen of the country is resident. And don't also forget that 2 days ago, I believe, 2 days ago, it was covered first in the news. And you would find it also, you found it on the front pages of those, of different newspapers about the men of the 7th Battalion who were attacked. They walked into an ambush by terrorists or bandits or whatever. And, there were casualties, unfortunately. I think about 7 people in total. died from that particular attack, even though reports have been conflicting about the exact number of those who were killed as a result of that attack. But what we've been able to confirm is that 2 of the soldiers who were killed were citizens of Kogi State, as we saw the governor of Kogi State commiserating with the families and, of course, with the entire people of Kogi State. All right, Army rescues 2 more Chibok girls, and this is also carried in the Punch newspaper and others. The Nigerian Army yesterday said its troops have rescued 4 women in Borno State. 2 of them were identified as girls abducted from the government girls' secondary school in Chibok, Borno. And the Boko Haram terrorists had in April 14, 2014, if our memory serves us right, attacked the school and abducted 276 girls. Now, the attack generated a lot of reactions from within and outside the country. 57 of the girls were said to have escaped by jumping from the trucks shortly after their abduction, while 80 others were released in exchange for some detained Boko Haram commanders following negotiations with the Nigerian government. Well, yes, this is what is happening as we speak. Unfortunately, many people have been injured as unknown gunmen attack Owo for the 2nd time in 7 weeks. And this is in the Vanguard newspaper. It's carried there. Now, barely 7 weeks after terrorists attacked worshippers at Owo in Ondo State, some unknown gunmen have attacked again, and this time same ancient town. People were said to have been injured in the attack, which took place yesterday evening at Folahami Junction, where a construction company was located. And according to eyewitness reports, they said that the gunmen opened fire on those at the site. Now, another source who spoke with Vanguard alleged that some explosive devices were used during the attack. However, casualties figure, or the figure of casualties have yet to be confirmed or even ascertained as at the time that this report was filed, but many people were said to have been injured in the attack. And according to the state's police image maker, Fumi Odunlami, they confirmed that the incident had taken place and said that 3 persons were injured during the shootout in the town. And she further said that she could not confirm if the attackers were terrorists or mere bandits. And these are her words. These are her words. She could not confirm if the attackers are terrorists or mere bandits. So I'm thinking to myself, because I am quite uncomfortable with the use of the word mere to refer to bandits who are armed. I mean, for the level of crime that they perpetrate, is there anything mere about these people? Now, in response to that, the hunters in Ondo State, especially those within and around Owo local government area, they have said that they are going to fish out those criminals from their forests. And that's what they have promised their people, that they will fish every single one of them out and deal decisively with them. But again, the question is, are they as armed, as these people are? We have heard reports of the caliber of ammunition that these people have in their possession. And so are their weapons any match for those of these bandits and terrorists and killer herdsmen, marauders, if you like? All right, moving away from that, another report in the Vanguard newspaper here says, IPOB warns herdsmen against reprisal attacks on Abia communities over killing of cows. Right, so the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB or IPOB as they're also called, has sternly warned Fulani herdsmen against any reprisal attacks on communities in Umunochi Council area of Abia State over the killing of cows grazing on farmlands. Now, the IPOB made this statement through its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, while they were also commending Eastern Security Network, ESN operatives, for the job which it said was aimed at protecting, those helpless and unfortunate farmers, right, against wicked and criminal herdsmen, according to what this report says. Now, the statement that was made available to Vanguard also said that IPOB and ESN are responsible for the killing of the cows, encroaching into people's farmlands, and they have warned the Fulani terrorists not to venture attack any community in the area as it is in their nature. And they said if they attack any community, that it means the Fulanis will no longer be allowed to do business again in the market. And the IPOB advised all Fulanis in those who are doing legitimate business to ensure that they stay within the designated areas and, just ensure that they also do not encroach, especially with their cows. And they said they must not exceed the square meters and measurement given to them in that market. But think about it. I mean, you give them a square meter, you give them a section and a space not to go beyond. It sounds like you're speaking to people that are not human beings as well. But on the other hand, I think of it as the fact that these people who perpetrate these crimes in the name of being herdsmen are not real herdsmen. They are criminals who are just masquerading and disguising as herdsmen. Because, you and I know that the issue of herdsmen and, cows grazing in communities and the likes have been in existence for such a long time. We know this. We've always known that these people move around, but we've never had these kinds of crimes as we're seeing in recent years. And it gives a very bad name and bad image and reputation to those people who are legitimate herders, whose cows feed the rest of the country. And it's sad. It is quite sad. All right, moving on real quick now. Federal government's plan to ban mining and Okada. Right. Now, in a normal setting, the federal government's recent announcement, plans to ban mining activities and commercial motorcycles, that's Okada operations, would sound odd and rather childish. These are matters which competent governance can solve without throwing the baby away with the bathwater, because of the security issue, because of the fact that these herdsmen, these bandits and terrorists use motorcycles to abduct people for ransom, right? And they are also known to engage in illegal mining in order to raise money as well, to buy arms, to become more, to inflict more harm and terror on all of us in Nigeria. But after a security meeting chaired by the president last week, the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice had informed the media that terrorists use this to abduct, as I said. And according to him, the government considers these bans as the appropriate response to the problem. But think about it this way, right? How can a serious country shut down mining activities because of the activities of criminals and terrorists? Is it not the duty of governments, of state governments, to stop the illegal criminals from engaging in the illegal acts, even the federal government? But if you think about banning of Okada, should the federal government be concerning itself with Okada riders? Shouldn't it be a conversation had with state governments, to come to some understanding and let such directives be carried out by state governments, right? Now, according to this report also in the Vanguard, right, Nigeria has found it difficult to develop the solid mineral sector, which experts have said can bring 50 trillion naira into the economy per year. And the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, reports that in 2021, Nigeria earned a paltry 43.37 billion naira, representing only 0.37 of total trade in the fourth quarter of that particular year. All right, now with regards to the ban, the planned ban on Okada, as I said, isn't that something that state governments can do, can decide on what to do with Okada in their respective states? Because don't forget that this issue is not something that affects all the 36 states of the Federation. If the federal government feels the need to take such a step, it should work with the state government. And this is just a thought out there. Don't forget to leave me a comment. If you've just joined in, it's the review on Super 93.3 FM, and we're looking at the stories on the front pages of newspapers around the country. Now, moving on to electoral issues, there's this report still in the Vanguard that says, sanction INEC staff, others behind buried PVCs in politician's house. Nwanyanwu charges IGP, DG, and DSS. Now, the national chairman of the Zenith Labour Party, Chief Dan Nwanyanwu, has urged the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, and the Director General Department of State Service, DSS, Yusuf Magaji Bichi, to urgently identify those responsible for a consignment of dumped permanent voters' cards, PVCs, seen in a viral video recently, which elicited condemnation from the INEC and from Nigerians in general. And the ZLP boss said that staff of the commission may have connived with some other unpatriotic politicians to make away with the PVCs with a view to using same to perpetrate electoral fraud next year during the polls. And addressing newsmen at the party's national secretariat in Abuja on Tuesday, Nwanyanwu told us, he said that PVCs may have been carted away with intent to use them to shortchange the electoral system in 2023, adding that, however, having realized that the bimodal voter accreditation system has rendered such a plot futile. And it's so true. You know, those behind the criminal intent have quickly dumped the PVCs because they've realized that it's useless to them. It is. But however, someone needs to be prosecuted. Someone needs to be held accountable for such a thing. It's not right that things like this happen. Days and weeks and months go by. These conversations, you know, are had all over the country. And then at the end of it, no one is held accountable, which also brings to mind the fact that no one is still yet held accountable for the jailbreak in Kuje, Abuja. No one has been held, no one has been arrested, no one has been held accountable, nobody has been suspended or relieved of their duties. Considering the fact that we have had again and again, yesterday in the news, we had from the House of Reps saying that DSS, that 44 intelligence reports were received before that attack, and nothing was done about it. The incident happened. And up till now, no one has been suspended. No one is under investigation, at least none that we are aware of and none that has been reported in all of the newspapers that we have access to in the country. All right, and another report on the Punch here says cholera kills 78 and NCDC recommends early treatment. Now, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has said that cholera can kill within hours if left untreated. And the NCDC made this known in a post on its official Facebook page yesterday. And it said, the center said reporting suspected cases of cholera early increases the chances of survival. Cholera is an acute diarrhea disease caused by Vibrio cholerae in gram-negative rod-shaped bacterium. And in Nigeria, cholera is an endemic and seasonal disease occurring annually, mostly during the rainy season and more often in areas with poor sanitation, with the first series of cholera outbreak reported between 1970 and 1990. All right, moving on now back to politics. Khan's opposition to Muslim ticket is godly, and this is according to Dogara, former Speaker of the House of Representatives. And he said this yesterday, that the Christian Association of Nigeria's opposition to the All Progressives Congress's Muslim presidential ticket was godly. A chieftain of the APC, Dogara now, he added that Khan's position on the matter is the position of all those who love justice. Now, the former speaker spoke during a symposium on the leadership crisis in Nigeria, which held in Abuja, as part of activities marking the 12th General Assembly of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. And he says, and I quote, I want to say emphatically that CAN's position on the Muslim presidential ticket in this country at this moment of national peril is not just CAN's or that of Babachir Lawal, whom many have accused of being the only one who has turned it into an issue. He says, I believe the rejection of same-faith ticket is also the Almighty's own position, because we serve a God of justice, and he is the righteous one as well as the author of diversity. And he wants us, as diverse as we are, to come together. Okay, so yesterday there were reports about an impeachment rumor of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila. Well, hey, Nigerians on Twitter yesterday reacted to the apology posted by the Speaker of the House of Representatives via his official Twitter handle. Now, the Speaker had apologized for posting pictures of himself attending a leadership course in Harvard University in the United States of America. Now, he came under fire due to this post, which many people considered as insensitive as a result of the shutdown of academic activities in Nigerian universities due to the ongoing strike by ASU. And during Gbajabiamila's tenure as Speaker, Nigeria witnessed one of its longest ASU strike in 2020. The strike lasted for 9 months, but the Speaker apologized by saying his tweet was not meant to mock Nigerian students who have been at home for months. However, some Nigerians admonished the Speaker to quit his studentship at the US-based university and enroll in a Nigerian university. All right, quick recap of the stories. There are quite a number of stories, and time will not allow me to look at every single one of them, but I'll just do a quick recap of all the stories. Security threats. Nasarawa orders closure of primary and secondary schools. Tension grips Abuja environs over rising insecurity. Many injured as unknown gunmen attack Owo, second time in 7 weeks. Nimasa and LNG set to strengthen collaboration in maritime sector. Nimasa police officers torture parts dealer withdraw his 1.35 million with POS. Federal government's borrowings deviate from its 2021 to 2025 plan, rises by 20.8%. State of the nation, God can make Nigeria great again. And this is coming from the General Overseer of the Deeper Christian Life Bible Church, Pastor Kumuyi. Cabal preventing Buhari from releasing Nnamdi Kanu, and this is coming from Mbazulike Amechi. IPOB warns herdsmen against reprisal attack on Abia community over killing of cows. Federal government's plan to ban mining and Okada. Sanction INEC staff, others behind buried PVCs in politicians' house. Nwanyanwu charges IGP and DG of DSS. Continuous voter registration. INEC rules out further extension of time, insists on July 31 deadline. Bagudu signs bills into law prohibiting violence against individuals and child's rights protection. Insecurity. NYSC begs army to deploy soldiers to protect their orientation camps against bandits' attacks. And this is so important. It is so important. Can you imagine what will happen if an orientation camp in any part of the country were attacked by bandits? It will be terrible. All right, Femi Adeshina says, senators who threaten to impeach Buhari are the minority of minorities. Withdraw from Harvard. TWIPs reject Bajabiamila's apology. It's for security purposes. Zainab Ahmed speaks on depletion of excess crude account. Now, don't forget that the level of this account is quite shocking concerning how much it was when the last administration handed over to this administration. But it's interesting that they've said that the depletion is as a result of national security. Don't also forget that yesterday, Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State called out the federal government and said, what have you people done with the $1 billion that we contributed, all the states contributed on behalf of their local governments for the purpose of security? And the federal government were yet to hear anything as a response from that particular one. Moving on now, terrorist threat to kidnap Buhari, laughable, says Lie. Influence peddling row, body of benchers doesn't interfere with LPDC proceedings, says Olanik Bekun. Interview, athletes coach Ayodele Sholaja reveals how he discovered Toby Amusan. And that's the lady whose story and whose exploits is bringing pride to every single Nigerian and by extension African, because it was such a beautiful, outstanding performance over the weekend. All right, moving away from that one right now. Naira slides to 707 Naira per dollar at the parallel market as foreign exchange scarcity persists. And it's incredible that the Naira now is at 707 Naira. It's incredible, to say the least, honestly speaking. Abuja not safe. Return to your constituencies. Minority leaders advise reps. And reps want NIN printed on national ID cards. Yes. APC nominates Ibrahim Gobir as Senate Majority Leader. ASU strike will act promptly on your demands. Reps and assure NLC. Courts to rule on suspended Accountant General's bail application today. Nigerians to benefit as AFDB announces 16 job openings. Only 16 job openings. Interesting. Well, there are quite a number to go look at right now, so I'll urge you to go over to our social media page and take a look at the stories and leave me a comment. But in the meantime, I'm going to take text messages right now, 09059481021. Do leave your name in your message as well. And that number is for text, for WhatsApp as well as SMS, 09059481021. Good morning, presenter. My name is Konebari Akpopie, writing from Simetai. Abuja is not safe. Return to your constituencies. Minority leader advises reps. It's indeed funny and unfortunate that those who entrusted our lives, those we entrusted our lives and properties to through our votes can't save us any longer. Again, let them not come to the village to drag food and sleeping space with us here. Let them die there while we die here, because we joke a lot in this country. If Abuja is not safe, then our villages are not safe too. They are part of the problems we have in this country. We entrusted. Wow, this is a pretty long read, but he says, he wraps that all by saying, who is to blame for all of this? All right, thank you very much for your comment right there. Much appreciated. Phone lines are 0705-0791-021, 0705-0791-021, and 081-17431-021. Super FM Potaka, good morning.
Good morning to you, my lady.
Oh, wow, the real gift. Welcome.
Thank you. Fairly additional comment on those who wanted to pitch the president, minority of the minority.
Yes, sir.
Well, the fly will always defend somebody with so on her body. So I believe he's protecting his job, as far as I'm concerned. For me, well, let me leave that. NYC calling on the military to protect their orientation camps or whatever facilities.
Yes, please.
Is it not ironic that you stand in water and you use your spittle to wash your face?
Right.
What is the sense of having NYS with all these mammoth of challenges around it? At this point in time, I believe those of us who have clamored for the end of this NYSC scheme, because at this point, it's not achieving its set of results, for goodness sake. So that if the military go protect those camps, who go enter Sambisa forest now? I'm talking about the military here. And briefly, when we talk about this issue of PVCs, talking about prosecuting the politician,
Yes.
was it not the same INEC that refuted? I don't know whether not them, because I saw a refuter some time ago that house was not the politician's house, that the PVCs were not discovered in the politician's house. Is it not? So now we want to prosecute the same matter again. When the person who is supposed to prosecute don't tell you, say, no, be there, it's there.
All right. Thank you so much, The Real Gift. Thank you. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning, my lady.
Welcome, sir, Chief Comrade.
My name is Chief Comrade. I am great.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Let me react on the federal lawmakers said to impeach Mr. President.
Yes, please.
Well, for me, I don't think they are neither here or there. They were all the same people. They were there. Nothing is happening since all this while. The country is facing a very big security challenge up until the guards have also been shot. Now they are giving Mr. President marching order. For me, they are also have the fair share of it because they did not do what they are supposed to do concerning the law and bring the service chief to book because they are the people that will be accountable for the insecurity we are experiencing in this country. So for me, they should be able to enact law that is going to give a very good power to the military to operate because sometimes the service chiefs, the commander-in-chief also have the lapses.
Okay.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much. Edith Young Edem says, he's writing from Aleto, Information Minister responds to bandits' threats. Now I know that federal government are benefiting from the current insecurity that is going on in the country. Oh, well, it's still an alleged, I don't know how you've come to such a conclusion, but thank you very much for your comment. Super FM Port Harcourt, good morning. Good morning. Super FM Port Harcourt, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my lovely sister.
Welcome, Mr. Temple Okere.
AB from Port Harcourt.
Oh, AB, go ahead.
Yes, senators threatened to impeach Mr. President over the insecurity. I say good morning to senators. Is it not late? I remember a video I watched by a leader of Boko Haram mentioning someone's name who is impersonating on behalf of Buhari in Asoro. And also said it the other day that we don't have a government. And before now, somebody have already revealed that we don't have someone in Asoro. So why are they teaching? He are tired of the impersonation. That's why they want to send him away. And bandits have already demanded that they will kidnap him. They should leave this wayo they are doing us. This issue of deceit that leaders are deceiving Nigerians, enough is enough. Let them allow the young man to finish. When he finish, he will go back where he come from. Then Nigeria, whichever way they want to go, they will go. If not division, we divide peacefully.
Right.
If we not continue, we'll continue peacefully.
Thank you.
For now, let them allow the young man to finish his job. They brought him. They called him. They do whatever they did in place. Why are they pitying him? Let them allow the young man, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Super FM Port Harcourt, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, we'll call back on Facebook. We've got this one here. Let's see. Oh, wow, quite a number of comments. I just have to take them on social media. This is coming to us from Bro Inge. He says, Khan's opposition is godly, says Dogara. My question to Dogara is, how is it godly? Isn't it one God that created all of us? Isn't it one God that we are worshiping and rendering our services to? Are there two gods that created the heavens and earth? Or be Ivy until there's an answer to these, I stand my ground that there is no issue with the Muslim ticket. Thank you very much. Abdul Ghani Ujimo says, good morning. It's a very unfortunate situation we find ourselves presently in Nigeria, where someone wakes up and starts hearing killing innocent Nigerians and kidnapping. Thank you. Kwate Magnus says, good morning, dear Obi. The level of insecurity within states in Nigeria is not only worrisome, but call for serious concern from every sector. Christians shouldn't be left out. They should pray for the country and leave politics for politicians. And finally, I agree with Pastor Kumi, God can make Nigeria great again. Obi, I write from D-Line, and this is coming from Chooks Alozie. He says, withdraw from Harvard, TWIPS rejected by Jagbiamila's apology. This is welcomed. I join in rejecting the apology. He has already sent us the message, so no need for all these pretentious apologies. The Harvard message of him sitting in class chair with white men is Nigerian students. Okay. Thank you very much. Ngofa Bray says, laughing off threats of terrorists whilst schools in Abuja are being shut down shows talking from both sides of the mouth. Everything is going south in Nigeria now. It's high time government match words with action. Kone Barry says, Abuja is not safe. Return to your constituency, minority leaders tell. It's indeed funny and unfortunate that those we entrusted our lives and properties to through our votes. Okay, I think I already took this one via SMS. Thank you very much. Faith Ziga Christopher says, good morning, I'm Faith Ziga. Abuja not safe anymore. The question, quite interesting. This is quite interesting. All our big men who have been abandoning their states, villages, and went to develop Abuja will not have any option soon, but will come back to those on the undeveloped villages. Noale Befi says, tension grips Abuja environs over rising insecurity. When the federal capital is no longer safe, where is safe in Nigeria? I'll just go back to the phone lines for a bit. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Hello, Super, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Chile Edwin.
Chile Edwin, good to have you on the program. Welcome. Go ahead, real quick.
Yes, quite unfortunate that these minority senators from the PDP will be coming to disgrace themselves again. Without hiding their faces in shame, knowing that this very problem that we are battling today, which is insecurity, was inherited from them and they created it. With humongous, this kind of high-profile political models that this administration has been able to contain, and they are coming to embarrass themselves. Well, the architectural and what you said about being resilient and ready for the battle is well appreciated, and I know that Rivers people will not make the mistake that they made in the past by accepting what has kept them where they are today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Super FM Port Harcourt, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Kone Samuel.
Oh, good to have you on the program. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. I think for me, the statement of the senators is going nowhere. I recognize and know them as Ghana must go money senators that cannot defend any action. Whichever thing they say today is going nowhere, because once Ghana must go is thrown at them, they will grab it and forget about the current situation that Nigerians are facing. And the presidential spokesman saying that the minority of the minorities, their word that is thrown at those people are cheap. It means, because if I give you the analysis of that statement, you might cut me off, but it's disastrous. That statement is disastrous. And he knows where is really navigating that statement to. But I think if those senators are serious, they will know what to do.
All right.
And, hello?
Yes, please make it. Oh, wow. All right. And that's it. Unfortunately, I cannot continue with the calls, but thank you very much for reaching me. Please leave me a comment on social media. Okay. Facebook, Super FM PH, Instagram, Super FM 93.3, and Twitter, Super FM 933. Thank you very much. My name is Obi Ivy. At 9 o'clock, we're going to have a very interesting conversation. So please do not change the dial. Do not touch it either. Stay with me. Super FM, Port Harcourt 93.3. Don't go anywhere.
Everyone needs a superhero.
You've heard about it. It's real.
It is. Super FM, Nigeria's #1.